Hongbo Liu has volunteered to do one of our Pechakuchas here, so I'm going to let him.
Perfect. All right, good afternoon. Hope you guys enjoyed the presentation previously. So I'm going to take you on a little detour on those technical aspects and bring you guys on a journey from hotspots to cool solutions. So introducing Lego Jack. And he is a scientist with crazy experiments. And he wants to build a data center for his experiments to analyze the crazy amount of data he generated. So he grabbed his Lego blocks and started designing what could possibly go wrong. And Jack spares no expense. The fastest GPUs, the best cooling units, top of the line, everything looks perfect on the paper. And he's about to make it real. Jack builds with total confidence. He followed every manual, every spec sheet, nothing left to chance, or so he thinks. And Jack flips the power switch, fan starts to spin, servers lights up, data flows, everything feels perfect, and his Lego masterpiece comes alive. Then heat starts building fast. One rack glows red, and fan screams louder. Jack stares at his first hotspot, and something is clearly not right. Then the heat spreads like wildfire. GPU starts to throttle, alarms flash, airflow turns really messy. Jack runs for the door, panicking. His perfect design suddenly melts into chaos. And outside, Jack trying to find a solution, and he found Cyclone Energy Group. And he calls me. Smoke is still rising behind him, and he says, I bought the best. Why is it still failing? And I tell him with one word, CFD. So, what is CFD? CFD stands for Computational Fluid Dynamics, and it's like an X-ray vision for air and heat. It shows what our eyes cannot see, and arrows, pressure, temperature, all of them are revealed in your eyes. It's how we find the truth behind the fire. So we start from the outside the building. Wind, sun, all these environmental patterns comes into life. And CFD shows where the hot air loops back in. And even the site design can create certain hotspots. And now we dive inside. Cold air misses the rack. Hot air sneaks behind the racks. And CFD paints every airflow in color. And Jack finally sees the invisible. So, with the CFD, we predict the trouble. Red zones pop up before the real red zone does. Jack can fix the problems before they ever happen. No more guessing, just insight. So, we test different designs within minutes, moving racks, adding containment, shifting fans. Each version runs virtually, no real-world waste. So simulation becomes our sandbox. Let's take a look at a few examples. So for the exterior, CFD found that hot exhaust flows back in. So we added a simple canopy to redirect the airflow, and problem solved in a model before construction. That's a cool win for everyone. And inside, air was mixing in the aisles, and CFD proved that containment to separate the cold and hot air was the key. So we added barriers, reran the model, perfect airflow, zero hotspots. So every fix in CFD saves money on site. A small change here avoids a huge cost later. Digital bricks are cheaper than the real ones. So Jack starts to see the payoff. CFD doesn't just solve problems, it brings the team together. Designers, engineers, and owners see the same picture. Data replaces debate, visual replaces confusion. And together, we move from hotspots to cool solutions, real-world solutions. And now, Jack runs his experiment nonstop. His GPUs runs happily, no throttling, energy use drops, uptime soars, everything is finally cool. And it wasn't the fancy hardware that saved him, it was the understanding of airflow and collaboration. CFD turned panic into precision and data into wisdom. That's my role, turning chaos into clarity, helping teams like Jack to save cost and design smarter. Every project has hotspots, and they are waiting to be solved. And CFD makes sure they all end up cool. Thank you. Thank you.
He has a question for Hongbo on CFD, Emmy?
Were any of the data centers involved in the generation of your images?
Yes. That's why we need reliable analysis for these data centers to make sure they don't run overheat. So,
Any other questions for Hongbo? All right, great job, Hongbo. So Hongbo joined our team. Thank you. Joined our team last year and ran his first CFD model with us earlier this year, probably March, I think it was, and has pretty much done nothing else since because we're so busy with that. So he's been quite busy. So great presentation.